We've taken on the project of building a teardrop camper from the trailer up.
Nothing ever is just easy.
If you aren't caught up with our story, we bought a teardrop camper off of Facebook Marketplace last October, and not even a month later, it got hit by a buck while we were on a road trip through New England. That's okay, because we're making a new one better and more durable than the one before. This week's task? Figure out how to get the sides and the roof of the camper on.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's cracking there instead of bending. What happened?
We last left off on trying to get our door done, which wasn't working out how we had hoped.
And she's broken.
I just get annoyed when things aren't working out, but we cut 2 relief cuts and I want to jinx myself. I just want something to finish the night on, like we're getting something done today. So we're gonna bend this one corner and we're gonna cut it so that it bends a lot easier, and then I'll kind of weld it and fill in stuff later to make it look good.
So we did that and called it a day.
Today is a beautiful sunny day. We have the right tools to get the sides up, and I've said this a million times, but if all goes well, the sides will go up today.
On your side up at the back. Now we gotta drill some holes.
This is monumental, guys. This is monumental. We've been trying to get these sides up for like 2 weeks now. Side number 2, going up.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Just to add a little extra strength, we'll be adding some glue onto the sides. So we're gonna take the sides off, put glue down, put the sides back on, and then screw them in place. And then we'll have the sides on. Last time we used a caulking gun, it didn't work so well, so we got a better one now. I think it should work. We're using some liquid nails, extreme heavy duty, and then it's all weather, all season performance, so this should help us.
Gluing the other side down. This is wild. We're literally about to put the second side of it up.
The sides are up. Oh my god.
The next step was to start adding 2x4s to add stability to the trailer and to start creating a frame to work with for the plywood that will eventually be going on top and on the inside.
Here we go, our camper's done. It's ready.
Okay, but it looks so good.
It's glued, so this is all permanent.
We put the sides on, we put glue, we put screws, there's clamps on them right now. We're gonna wait for the glue to dry, but it looks pretty good, it feels pretty good. We put these brackets on first on the wood so that they're ready to go, and then we can just slide them up in here and do the last 2 screws, and that worked well. This is where our fan will eventually go. If we put in a fan in here, which we'll definitely want at some point for summer camping, but we can. So like this was as far as I wanted to get to today, so I'm happy with what we did. Looks good. But the next steps we could do are put in some boards here, put in more of these support boards the whole way across. A lot of steps that we could do, little things that I don't think will be as difficult. I think we got a big chunk of it done today. Up next, we're gonna put the floor back on top with the insulation and the plywood so that we have a surface to walk on while we're doing the rest of the roof.
And who's helping us?
And my dad is here with my dad is here with a lot of ideas and helpful tips of how to do this.
Having Josh's dad here is really nice because we are getting a second opinion on everything, and I get to kind of like take over the video for today while they handle a lot of the work part of things. Right now they are drilling the floor onto the trailer. I don't even know like what the plan is today. I just feel like we're gonna get a lot done and I'm really excited. Floor is in and I've done nothing, so all thanks to Josh and his dad. But now they are working on pretty much trying to get the roof on.
We're cutting more of these crossbars, or we'll probably need 8 to 10 of them to go the whole way around the edge. And then once we have those, we can bend some plywood around it.
Nice.
After talking through yet another decision of this or that. Originally, when we were putting stuff together, we were gonna put the plywood in between the 2 walls, leave a 1/4 inch gap everywhere so that the plywood would be the same height as the sides. But after thinking about it more, it'll be easier to wrap the plywood around the sides. We'll gain a 1/4 inch height everywhere, but it's only 1/4 inch, so we should still be able to get out of the garage. It does create one problem, which is we have a 1/4 inch gap now between the wood we put in yesterday and the roof. So we'll basically just put another piece of 1/4 inch plywood to kind of shim it and flatten it out. So that's the plan now.
Do you think going around this top will be easy?
That's what we're hoping. I think it will be. Looks like it.
Hope so.
If it bends that easy.
All right. Josh and his dad went to the store and now they're attempting to finish the top of the roof and put everything on top. So fingers crossed we'll get it done today, the top.
Just because it's 1/4 inch plywood, not 1/8 inch plywood, and just because the radius of the curve we're trying to bend is a little tighter, we're gonna do some curve cuts, some relief cuts. It should just be 3. I use the curve cut calculator to determine where to cut and how many. And then we're gonna cut half the depth of 1/4 inch, so an 1/8 inch little gash 3 times. Shouldn't be too bad.
With this guy. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Get adjusted.
It's cracking there instead of bending.
Well,
Here it goes. Nah, dude, what you gotta do
What?
is you have to, look, come here. You just have to go really slow.
Yeah, should we start? Well, we have to start.
You have to, here you go like this, and you kind of bend as you go. But you need screws in here. It's doing the same thing you did on the other stuff. Instead of bending. All right, we're just not there yet.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, we can come down there and start. I want to unclamp it.
Yeah. And there's more cracking sounds, but it seems like it'll get there. The next curve we're definitely not cutting, but well, the curve cuts did not work. They just seemed to crack, similar to what the gel coat did before, as we tried to bend it. So we're gonna have to take this piece off and either try just bending a regular piece, or maybe wetting it, or just working our way up the sides. I think slowly bending it will work. But we need a new piece on there for sure. It's already, this piece is cracking right where we cut it. We're not able to bend the wood today. We're gonna try soaking it in water probably this weekend and bending it around our sharp curve. But today, I wanna run wires up to where our fan will be, because we plan on putting a fan in here. And I'm just gonna drill some holes in the 2x4 and then run wires up here that we can use later that'll run down to our power supply. Now we're gonna run these wires up these holes
Like so.
and into there. And then that is where our fan will go.
This is our fan spot.
Today we are gonna try to bend that front curve or tight curve again. So today we're gonna try curve cutting every 1.5 inches probably. I think we'll start with every 1.5 inches with 1/4 inch plywood and see how it works. Today's a little more humid, so I think the wood will be a little more wet, but let's try it.
I have high hopes. I shouldn't have high hopes though. I'm so nervous.
Alright, let's see what happens.
Alright, this is the test to see if the curve cuts that we just did makes it bend without breaking. Uh-oh. Slowly, right?
Yeah, it needs to come down towards us more
Yeah, it
though.
does.
But
Should
no,
we do that
that'll
now?
work. That'll definitely work.
It's cracking though.
Yeah, but that's just a little breaking in point, you know?
What was that? Slow, slow, slow.
I love it. I love it.
Slow.
Quickly.
No.
I think we do it.
Okay. Okay, we think that worked. We think that worked. We're gonna clamp these suckers a little bit more.
We're going.
How much?
Just a couple squeezes for now until I finish this.
Would you say this is successful so far?
I'd say it's working. Obviously, there's like little micro cracks, nothing that like can't sand out. It's just relieving some of its pressure, but I'm really liking how it's looking.
I'm just gonna clamp the rest of it down. That would be clamped.
You're telling me it's good?
That is clamped, Josh.
It's clamped?
It's clamped fully.
My only fear now.
No, don't say it.
It's gonna be heavy. This thing's gonna be a tank.
Oh, that's not. Yeah. I'm just gonna put a fourth one just for fun.
Well,
She is clamped and glued and looking good.
we could put some glue on. It's just getting a little bit of relief out right along there.
In a good way?
Huh.
Oh no.
In a doesn't matter way.
We got the curve. Let's go.
Figured it out. We figured out what to do with the roof, but we had to pay for it. What the heck? Like, why do we have to pay for materials? I like getting free stuff, working with free stuff.
We have all weekend to get the roof completely done, including the insulation on the inside and the plywood on the inside. So that is the plan, to get the roof done and basically have the base of the camper done by the end of this weekend. We just cut out our first piece of insulation right here to go on the inside. So we're gonna see if it fits well. We measured everything, and then from the insulation, we will then put on the first layer of the inside plywood and then go from there. And now it's just kind of a game of making sure the insulation fits perfectly and just cutting off like little tiny 1/8 inch slits. And it's just a giant game of like a puzzle to make sure it fits and wedges in right.
That's perfect. Like, literally, like. That's cool.
Pretty well. Right here is a little. Do you see that?
Yeah, I think the board. Once we put a board on there, that'll be good.
Wait,
actually.
I have a question.
What?
How are we attaching the board to the bottom here?
Is there a board down there? No, we aren't really.
It's just gonna be free willy right here.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
No.
No, we should have put one of these on the very bottom, or like a small one.
We can do a small one.
and then cut this.
I like it. Look good?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's alright. It's okay.
It's something. We stuffed a ton of insulation on the inside, not fully. We stuffed a ton of insulation, not fully onto where we ended off on the inside yet because we're still trying to figure that out. But we just cut the first piece of wood that we're putting on the inside of the roof, and we are going to try to finagle our way and figure out how it works and how it's gonna lay. But I think it should be pretty straightforward.
All right, now that we saw that it fits, we just have to drill a hole towards the bottom, a little hole that I can run the wires that are going up to the fan through, so they'll pop out, and then eventually we'll have a shelf there, so it'll all be covered anyway. But we just want to drill a little hole through there so we can feed the wires through. And then to attach the plywood on the inside, I got finishing screws. They're 1.5 inches, but they're kind of the color of the wood, so they'll blend in, and then they have a lot smaller of a head, so you barely notice them. So they'll help hide it, so there's not a bunch of screws showing. Because for now we're gonna leave the wood how it is. We might want to stain it eventually, and if we paint it, these will get covered up obviously, but if we don't paint it, you won't even really be able to notice them when you're not on the inside. All right, we just put up some more cross support beams, and then we're gonna put the next roof piece on and start to bend it around this back curve. We're hoping it's easier than the front curve because it's a bigger radius. I think it's 43-inch radius as opposed to a 23-inch radius. So we're gonna try it and see what happens.
Oh yeah, that'll be, oh my gosh, yeah.
Everything's pulling together. The next thing I'm gonna try is we're gonna cut a hole because eventually we're gonna put a fan in there. We already know how wide the fan's gonna be. It's 14 by 14. We already spaced out the blocks for the fan when you have to cut a hole for it. So what we're gonna do is drill some holes in where the fan's gonna be.
Kind of exploded a little bit.
And I'm gonna take my router with a little guide roller bit we've used to flush the edges and stuff. I'll take that and just follow that little framework we had, and shouldn't be too bad. So we're gonna do that now, so we have that hole there. 'Cause why not try it?
It worked! I need the dustpan. Look at all that. That's hard work evidence right there.
We're about to put on our last piece for the night, which will basically finish the top. We'll have one small section at the bottom left to do tomorrow, and literally in this weekend, we'll be able to piece together hopefully the outside and the inside, and then all that's left will be like the door, the window, some of the detail stuff. We'd made good progress this weekend. Almost done for today.
We officially have an enclosed camper with just a tiny little gap at the bottom of the one end that we're filling in tomorrow. We've been in this garage for like 10 hours today. We were exhausted, but we really got done what we wanted to get done and what we came for, and that was doing the majority of the outside shell. Tomorrow is Sunday, and we will be doing the inside shell and completing it. Good night. Last big piece is about to go in, right there.
We got all the insulation wedged in here. I mean, all we did was cut it to length and really just wedge it into place so that it doesn't move.
Dang, dude.
That one's not coming back out.
Shove it in there. That's a pretty snug one, I must say. 4 tries later.
And now we're gonna put the boards in here. The next one's gonna be the hardest one, probably of the whole thing, because it's the sharpest curve. It's the inner curve of the 23-inch radius. But we're just going to do the same thing we did for the outer curve, do a bunch of curve cuts. This time we'll do an inch separation instead of 1.5 inches, just to make sure it really gets this bend going. And then hopefully we can start cruising on this inside. Ready?
No.
Yeah, we
So awkward.
drop through top a little bit, and then we're going to push.
Oh my gosh, it's working.
All right, my end is good, so I'm going to put a screw through.
That's awesome. Use the head. This is gonna be really hard. I feel like a turtle.
Why is it not moving? Like, we need to trim off a little bit. We need to.
You position it,
Yep.
and I'll hold
Alright.
it. What do you
Stop.
need me to do? I'm not doing anything.
There we go.
Is that better?
That's really good. So now go over there on that corner, and we just want to kind of close up this gap.
Shimmy.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's good, right?
What happened? That is not straight. Is that our camper, or did I not cut it straight?
Oh no, that's bad.
I'm at the top.
That's bad.
Wow! That's not even close! Were you 4 inches off the line? Was I? Did I do my measurement wrong? No! Babe, that means that piece just got ruined, which was one of our favorite pieces. Why? What happened? How? Oh, that was a good piece too.
What happened? We got the other piece cut out, and this should be one of the last things we do today. Maybe the last thing we do today, now that we had to redo that. We finished putting on the last piece besides the little gap that we comically have left open on both the outside and the inside. And Josh is gonna router out the inside material for the fan. That looks so good. Look at your face with all the sawdust on it.
Not bad.
And I think that will be the last step today, unless after dinner we get a burst of energy and want to put the window in.
Well, no, we won't put the window in tonight. If we get a burst
Oh.
of energy, we should fill this hole.
What hole?
The hole we comically have.
Oh, yeah. That's true. We wouldn't fill the window. We just filled the random hole that we left. You can't even see it.
We filled in the last piece and added the hook up to the back, and we now officially have a shell of a camper. Next steps will be to add roof material, put in our window, make a shelf, add in flooring, and figure out what the heck to do with our door, which has proven to be the most challenging part of this entire project.
There's like some cracks in that trim that I put on there. We might remake the door. Shove it up your bum.